Everyone, this is Wolf Outdoor Review here. Today I'm going to be doing a second video in the Military Modular Sleep System review series. So this is the second bag that comes with the series, and I'll be going over what I can about this bag. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, tell me what you thought of the video and how you use this system. Thank you. In my last video I went over the MMSS Military Modular Sleep System Patrol Bag Review, or, the patrol bag within the system. That got pretty good views for first few days, so I thought I'd continue on. I didn't get a lot of likes, but their interest was there. So, we're going to continue on. So, as you see in front of you, this is the intermediate cold weather mummy bag, whatever you want to call it. This is the second bag in the system, or the inner bag within the system. If you're using all three bags, that is. If you're unfamiliar with this system, there are 4 to 5 parts within the system, depending on the model. Well, the generation, I guess. So with the first generation, which is this one, you have a matte black intermediate cold weather bag and a olive drab green or foliage green or whatever they want to call it patrol bag. With the new system, which is the ACU bivy era, the one that goes with the bivy like this, that's the current one. It has similar things. It has a foliage green intermediate cold weather bag and an urban gray patrol bag. So, and then it has a urban gray large compression sack and an urban gray small compression sack. And then it has an UCP ACU bivy, which digital camo bivy cover. So within that there are 5 that version, and in the system there are 4, like I said. Then it has, other than the patrol bag and that bag, it has a M81 woodland camouflage bivy cover, so jungle camo, whatever you want to call it, and it has a black compression sack. So that is the components of the system. You can buy them individually, or you can buy them together. With I guess my sleeping bag anyway, I bought it in components and then put it back together. So I bought the 2 bags, and then I bought the bivy, and then I bought the compression sack. So that's how this one went. Alright, without further ado, we'll start by, I'll start by mentioning, before I get into it, there's a little tip I like to share with you, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. What I went to go get is my Walmart brand sand-colored rectangular liner, or sleeping bag liner. This, in conjunction with this bag, allow you not to get soaked in sweat, mud, camouflage face paint, whatever the stuff you're using. So this, in conjunction with that, as a liner, not only insulates your body more, you have a cleaner sleeping bag for longer time, because these sleeping bags decrease in consistency and warmth if there's any factors like sweat involved, or they just haven't been washed in a long time. You're supposed to wash them, but doing that is a tenuous task, because you have to use a special washing machine, and it runs the risk of moving fabrics within the sleeping bag to other parts where it'll clump up, and then you have less overall effectiveness of the sleeping bag. So, yeah, if you can pick up the Walmart, this is the one I use. They come in like maroon red and I don't know. It's like blueberry blue, I guess, and some other colors. So you can pick one of these up, and it'll help you make the most of that tremendously. Here in the U.S., these are about $8 to $10, so they're not that expensive. And think about it: if you have this professionally cleaned at a dry cleaner, one of those laundromats that has the special type washing machines, I don't think you could use a rotating one. It's some special one you need to wash these, or sleeping bags in general, even though it may say on the tag otherwise. But by spending $10 now, you save nickels and dimes down the road, because you're spending $1 for special soap, $1 for or I don't know, $3 for the washing machine. It just adds up over and over and over. Whereas this is just a standard washing machine type deal, and I've used this a few times so far, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you collect in this. I've got not only that, but when I own a few of these sleep systems, and when push comes to shove, when I bought them for the first time, I always find pine needles in the bottom foot part of the, right here, like in the inside, in the foot part of the sleeping bag. So it's good to have a liner to keep all that inside, because I don't know how people do it, but some people, I guess, wear boots in their sleeping bag. I guess that's a tactical thing. But if you do it with this, it's a lot less chance of ruining your sleeping bag. You can also use your compression sack over your boots within your sleeping bag. So a mini sleeping bag for just your feet part of your boots. That way you keep all your muck on the outside of the compression sack. Then when you put your sleeping bag in, it's clean. The outside of the compression sack's dirty with all your boot stuff. There's different ways to combat it, but that's just a few of them. All right. Without further ado, let's get started with this review. All right. Like I said, this is the military modular sleep system review, intermediate cold weather bag, or civilian words call it a mummy bag. All right. To get started, this is the bottom layer of the system. So this is the one that would touch your skin, essentially. So within that, you have it's all matte black. It's got very heavy YKK zippers on it. It has two of them, so you can adjust it if you need an opening for your leg. One leg's too hot, you want a vent hole, whatever. It has gypsy snaps. With this particular bag only, well, for now, it would be my right side has a return gypsy snap. On this side, it's flush with just a flat part. So you can't really put you'd be surprised how many people reverse the order in this, thinking this is the outside bag. But if you haven't seen the last video, I recommend you check that out. But if you have, you'd understand that it's a bigger bag, so it's designed to nest like Russian nesting dolls inside the bag. This one goes inside the green one. The green one goes inside the bivy cover, and then the bivy cover is, what you use. So, yeah, that is the intermediate cold weather bag. All right. When setting this up, some people want to go, oh, I want a left-hand zipper. You can do it like that, but in all reality, you would want it on my right. That's just how these are set up, because then you have your drawstring hood on the back, and you have barrel locks, as you see here. These are a bungee cord with a barrel lock. Just a side note before we get too far into it, the only difference between this and the ACU version, there's not much of it, maybe a little bit different materials. For the most part, they insulate the same, they do the same things, it's just a matter of preference, color. Some people think one color is better than the other, some people think they perform better than the other. In all reality, I have both the patrol bags, one patrol bag from each generation, and they're the same pretty much, with the exception of, on the patrol bags at least, there is a barrel lock that goes from the back of your head all the way to the front on the sleeping bag, so you can cinch it from not only width-wise on your head, you can cinch it length or depth-wise and width-wise, so you can adjust it to fit like a skull cap on your head to keep your head warmer. Just a few side notes while we're here. This system is not supposed to be designed for you in your underwear. You're supposed to wear something. Well, in the cold weather, I guess. You can get away maybe with wearing just your underwear, but it's recommended that you wear some sort of long underwear, and then a thicker pair. Or if you're in the military, level 1s, level 2s. If you haven't seen those, check out my ECWCS playlist, and it will go over what level 1 and level 2 means, and where you can pick them up. Anyway, so yeah, just from personal experience, I always go to sleep in cold weather with my level 1s, 2s, and I have 3s as a pillow. And then later on, if it gets cold, I put on 3s. So I use level 1, 2, and 3. If it's extremely cold, then I use both bags, the bivy, and I use a good closed foam cell mattress. I don't use any air inflated ones because still air gets cold, even though they claim still air is a good insulator. So just my spiel about that. So we'll go get into this. All right. Just average, just for reference, I am 6 foot tall and I have a 32-inch waist. And I'm considered a scrawny build, whatever that means. So just to say, I've got pretty substantial size gap within my sleeping bag here. So if you're a larger person, you can actually use these. And then height-wise, like I said, I'm 6 foot tall. I would say that you could fit someone who is at least 6'11" in here. It would be a push, but I will measure it further in a minute. But just for time's sake, I'm going to pull the sleeping bag over my head to where it naturally will stop. That'll give you an idea, because I think with the patrol bag it went past my head, and you could put another foot on if you wanted to naturally get to the window face of the sleeping bag. So as we see here, I'm going to zip it up all the way. Also, that's another thing you could do. If it's summer weather, you can leave it unzipped. But we're going to zip it up. It has durable YKK zippers, and then has Velcro on the top to secure it reasonably. But they also have to be safe, because this has an emergency exit feature, which I will go over. All right. Just one more thing. It has a draft collar here, so you have somewhat of a, I guess, protection for your lower half to keep that warm. It's recommended that you do not curl up inside your sleeping bag. You let your face out in the winter so you don't freeze the condensation in here, because that's just painful. So, like I said, I will lay back down and I will hold this up to where it naturally wants to go. All right. All right, let's see that. Okay. Okay, it goes to my eyebrows. And it gives me about a fist and a half. So maybe 3 inches of space, so 6 and 3 inches or something. So this bag isn't as, relaxed as the patrol bag, which you could fit quite a lot of different people in. But that's no matter, because I believe they also make a large version, although that is rare. And they make it, I think it's a large tall or a small tall. There's experimental different sizes of this, so be on the lookout for those. All right. So that was the, yes, that's, all right. Just a side note before I keep going. As you see the tarp in the background, this is a Marine Corps utility tarp. I'll go over that in the next video, so be on the lookout for that video. All right, back to the bag. All right. As you can see here, you have a, I believe they have is double stitching on the head area, or well, double lining on the head and foot area, just so your feet and your head stay extremely warm. If you were to wear this in the winter, I highly recommend you wear like a Polartec fleece cap while you go to sleep, because your head loses the most heat, and my head is frozen solid almost the times I did not wear that or forgot it or something. So that's that. All right, now I will demonstrate the emergency exit feature of this sleeping bag, which I believe, yeah, I think I can anyway. So this is in case you're in a firefight. If you're in an enemy contact area, you would not, well, I don't know if you would or wouldn't, but I'm just not going to. You would not engage the Velcro part. You would be in your sleep. This would probably be better if you had only or in one sleeping bag. So, yeah. All right, if you're doing that and you get enemy contact, what you would do is you would push on this side, and it would just naturally want to flow down. You could quickly roll out of this, grab your weapon, and engage the enemy. That's theoretical, but if you're being screamed at with whatever group you go camping with, it's good to be able to exit sleeping bag quickly for reasons of animals attacking you, whatever have you. So there is an emergency exit feature with this bag. All right. now that that's out of the way, I will grab a tape measure. And in the last video, I'm sorry I was not able to go over the measurements, but they are in the comment section. All right. So let's go over the measurements for this wonderful sleeping bag. So we will be doing flat measurements. All right. So as you can see here, I'll lay on top of it actually just to show you. Since you couldn't see me inside of this, I am 6 foot tall. My heels are at reasonable depth where it would be on the inside. And as you could, well, this way at least it seems like it's a perfect fit. So I'm not sure. But let's start. Okay, I'm going to sit here. All right. I'll open this up enough to guide this in. Now I've got to poke at the bottom. All right. Yeah, I would say exactly 6'3" is what this, well, maybe 6'4" or 5. 6'3" to 5 for height-wise you can be in this. Flat width-wise, you are looking at 2'3". And then on the inside, you're looking at approximately 2'5". 2'3" to 2'5". So those are the measurements for this. Yeah. So like I said, this is a really nice piece of gear. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them. And if you'd like to contact me more privately, for example, you want more photos of these snaps or something, feel free to give me an email at wolfoutdoorreview@gmail.com, and I will answer any questions you have, concerns, whatever you have, and I can give advice on there as well. If not, just leave a comment and I will get back with it. Comment-wise, I'll try to answer every single comment I get on every video, so don't be afraid to leave one unless it's malicious, and then it will be removed. All right, so as for this bag, it's supposed to be considered, well, better move that down, sorry, I didn't notice that. There, all right. So, as for the sleeping bag, it is technically, most outdoors people consider this to be a beginner sleeping bag, because even though it is a nice sleeping bag, there's like North Face and all that, but North Face can't compete with the durability of this. So, that's just what I'm going to leave you with for that. All right. Now then, we've gone over the measurements, we've gone over all that. I will now pause the video and think of what else I need to go over on this. All right, I'm back, and I just thought I'd go over a tip I came up with for people like me who are size, I don't know, 28 to 32, or pretty thin-bodied compared to some people. So, all you need for this trick is some sort of belt, preferably a belt that has full adjustments, and just not hole belts, where it has a hole and you have a 1/4 inch difference between each hole and you have to punch a new one. So you'd probably want to get a military surplus rigger belt. All right, now you get in your sleeping bag. This is for winter time, when I don't know how well this would work. This is just an idea for those of you not in the military who don't need to worry about, contact or anything like that. So what you can do there is lay down, make sure your head fits. All right, now take your belts and run it underneath your sleeping bag, like so. Then attach it. And of course, this could also be done with your, while you're in the other sleeping bags, but you'd want to do it with this specific bag. So now, this is not good if you have to get up quickly, but it saves a lot of heat in your lower body. Make sure you don't do it too tight or else you will lose your extremity feelings. Don't do it too loose or you will end up defeating the whole purpose. If you get too hot, you can vent as needed with here. And yeah, let's see. Okay. Of course, this does not do well if you are forgetful and then you wonder why you're stuck in your sleeping bag in the morning. But this is a technique that I have employed on winter campouts before, and this helps my legs stay warm, even if my cord isn't. And at that case, I would put on a level 3 Polartec jacket and leave just level 1 or level 2 on bottoms. So that way I can, depending on what I do, I can leave my arms outside the sleeping bag, or if I'm wearing both bags, I can put them in between the green bag and this bag. So my arms are in a totally different bag than the other one. So it would be like this. And then there would be a green bag over the arms. And then over this belt thing. But you'd still be able to access this. And then you could take it off and sit pretending there's still a circumferential problem around here. What you do is you pull up like this, since you have the opening of the hole here, then you could pull it out and it would be off. So that's just a tip I have for this specific bag. And then, like I said, the liners. All right. Warmth-wise, this is a very nice bag, just from my own perspective. So, yeah. Weight-wise, I'm going to try to get a scale at some point so I can do weight comments if you need them. But just out of assessment, I think supposedly the whole sleep system weighs 8 to 10 pounds. Maybe less, maybe more, I'm not sure. But if it were me, I would say this weighs about a pound. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But it's not too heavy at all. And it can get down to the size of the whole sleep system can get down to the size of a basketball. This particular bag can get pretty small. Maybe a average sized piece of firewood. Or a bowling ball, I guess. So, yeah. Anyway, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them. And now I will take this tripod off the tripod and I will show you the tag. Alright. Okay, here we are. Modular sleeping bag. Intermediate cold. And the NSN number, as you can see there, is 8465014456. 274. Okay. Okay, and as you see here, try to avoid wearing damp clothes within this bag. Use a foam mattress or bivy cover to protect the sleeping bag from ground moisture and dirt. That's what I was trying to touch on earlier. Okay. Keep bag clean. Do not smoke in bag. Do not starch or bleach. And then this black bag is designed for use for temperatures from 30 degrees to minus 10 degrees. And then the patrol bag I did the last video is rated temperatures down to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Or in my case, I've done it in 100 degree heat. So these are nice if you go to the desert where it's 100 degrees out during the day and, 30 degrees at night. All right. Here's about the emergency exit. Grasp each side of the opening above the slider and spread apart quickly, forcing the slider downwards. Note, if chain separates below the slider, pull slider beyond separation, then push slider up to reclose chain. Use snap fastener closure on bag only when slider fails, I think. Sorry, I'm reading it through the camera, so yeah. Other than when matching bags together. Repair bag in accordance with D. Okay, sorry, everyone. DATM 108400202123. Okay, so as you can see, here's an up close look at the sleeping bag. And I forgot to mention, you have this down here by the foot of the bag. This is either to hold it upside down for when you're air drying it, or I guess to hold, like stake it down to something, or I don't know really, but it's useful. Here's what these look like. So you have 2 gypsy snaps here on either side, and those go on the, and then the next bag snaps in there, then the bivvy snaps in there, so they're all connected like this. And I believe you can tie the these things together, so you just use one zipper and it unzips all 3 bags at once. Okay. And then up here we have the barrel locks. These sometimes fail, so you want to make sure that it works, because this is one of the most useful things I use. So I keep my face just barely out of it, and then I cinch it down comfortably over my face, my chin, and my top of my head with the patrol cap on. And that keeps me very warm at night. So, and then like I was saying, from here to the back side here would be on the new one, there would be another barrel lock. So it, as you can see, depth-wise here, it would cinch it to your head size, so you wouldn't have any air gaps in your head. Alright, here's what the thing is here. Just a warning, I'd get something like this. If you have like an old name tape or something, or rank or something, I don't know what stud ranks are. Let me think. Rank, no, that would be the same as a rank. So if you have any loop versus hook extra, I'd put it on there, because if not, it will destroy the inside of the bag. It pills up and it ends up feeling like a freshly shaven beard, where it's got like, because what I do is I take a lighter to it so it doesn't fray anymore, and then it ends up feeling like a stubble. So you want to make sure this doesn't scrape the inside of your green bag on the bottom part, because then you're going to end up feeling that if you just use the green bag. Alright, and then as you see here, that curls up, so then when you pull this up here, and then you just pull them apart quickly, it naturally wants to pull down. So that's the emergency exit they were talking about. And then as you can see here, we have a draft collar, and that's pretty thick. You know, other than that, this is a very basic sleeping bag. So, yeah. That's my review of the intermediate cold weather sleeping bag. Like I said, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything at all, really, just leave them and I will get back with you. Whether it's email or on a comment. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, thank you for watching. Part 3 of this video will be, I will be going over both bivvy covers, and so that'll be the final bag part of the sleeping bag system. So there are going to be 6 different videos in this series. Well, 5 or 6. So we did the patrol bag, we're doing this bag, then we're going to do the bivvies. Then I'm going to do all of it, showing you how to set it up, and then go over the full system. Then I'll go over, actually, that'll be the last video. Then I'll go over a compression sack video. So we're at this one, the previous one. Then we'll go over the compression sack, the bivvy, and all put together. So we have 5 videos in the series. And yeah. Alright, well, thank you for watching. And my next video, I'm going to be going over this tarp, as you see below. But then I will be going over the bivvy, and we'll see what else from there. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. If you haven't subscribed already, it's free. You can you change your mind if you don't want to. You can actually mute me if I get too annoying video-wise, but still remain subscribed. Subscribing is basically a way to tell the creator you actually either enjoyed the content or found it useful. And it helps me decide if I want to go back to this video and do more tips or something. So it definitely helps commenting, liking, subscribing. It helps me stay engaged with you. And as soon as I reach 500 subscribers, I could start doing polls, and then you guys could say what you would like me to do as a video topic. And I'll give you some examples of stuff. I have a lot of more cool video plans. I have the option to do a TCOP, which is a Marine Corps 1-person tent. I have a Diamond brand Marine Corps 2-person tent. I can do tarp shelters. I could do anything really. I could do loadouts, like I could do a full, like, explain like I did with the ECWCS. I can do a full video on that. So if you have any ideas, send me an email or comment, and I could do that. I'm also going to be doing some more grenade pouch reviews. If you haven't seen those, grenade pouches are one of the most, I don't know, not really unusable, but underappreciated military surplus civilian-wise, because they're not really useful. Magazine pouch, if you're a militia person or whatever, you can put magazines in them, or phones or chewy bars. But with a grenade pouch, it's kind of hard. So definitely, if you're interested in that, check it out. All right. Well, with that all said, I'll see you in the next video.